I just thought maybe I can pull it off. First time I tried it, the timing was off. I tried it again and I didn't get that one either. I thought, okay, one more time, and if I don't get it, that's it. And I got it. I looked over and I saw Susu smiling and clapping. Man, I just felt like a hero. I got such an intense feeling being in that circle, like I was in another dimension. About halfway through the game, I started to feel like I was in a trance. On the way home in the taxi, my whole being was vibrating like a gong. The music was still ringing inside me. It took me a long time to come back down to earth. I don't think I'd ever felt that tired or that happy in my whole life. I just had this feeling of something perfect inside, like this is what I was meant to do in my life. And I couldn't wait to get back in that circle. Toronto that year was like a foreign country. Winter was like torture for me. After I'd played with Susu's team, the feeling I got from the people around the festival really changed. They didn't treat me like an outsider anymore. I think it might have been because I'd put myself on the line, and now they kind of saw me as more of a Chinlone player. But what really meant a lot to me was that Susu invited me to play with her team again at the next festival. I just love playing this thing so much. It's like this hunger I have, this need I have to play Chinlone. When I play Chinlone, I really feel like myself. I really feel whole. It was too cold for me to go outside and practice, but I had to do something to try and keep my touch with the ball. I ended up practicing in my hallway, and it was pathetic, but it was the best I could do. I knew that I'd have to play a lot better in the festival the next year, because I wasn't going to just be a novelty like I was the first time. I got back to Mandalay about 6 weeks before the festival started, so I'd have enough time to train and get back in shape.
1, 2, yes. 1, 2. Okay.
I hooked up with a coach named Ko Mau Mau. He's a great player and a famous coach. Ko Mau Mau's son, Ang Somo, is considered to be the top player in the country. It was really hard. There's so much technique and form in Chinlone, and it's just such a difficult art that you really have to have a teacher. Luckily for me, even though we didn't have a language in common, Ko Mau Mau was really patient and perceptive.
Every
morning I'd get coaching with Ko Mau Mau, and then in the afternoon, I'd go and play in a circle with a friend of mine named Mota. Mota was the fastest player I'd ever seen, and he had also been one of Ko Mau Mau's students.
နိုင်ငံသားတွေလာတယ်လမ်းမေးကျွန်တော်တို့ချင်းဝိုင်းတွေတွေ့တယ်ခက်နေတာကြည့်သွားတယ်ဒီလောက်ပဲပုံနေရိုက်သွားတယ်ဒီလောက်အဲ့လိုစိတ်ဝင်စားမှုမရှိကြဘူးဒီကဘာလုံးမှာဝေးရတယ်လို့လာပြီးတော့ဒီမြန်မာနိုင်ငံမှာလာပြီးတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့နဲ့ချင်းတူတူကစားနေတယ်ဘဝရင်းနဲ့ခတ်တာကတော့ငယ်လေးတွေကခတ်လာတော့ကြတော့ကိုပြဿနာလည်းမရှိဘူးစိတ်ထဲမှာလည်းတိတ်ဘူးအောင်ဆိုပြီး Instagram နဲ့ခတ်တဲ့ခါကြတော့ကိုယ်စိတ်ထဲမှာပျော်တာပေါ့နိုင်ငံသားဒီတယောက်နဲ့အတူတူတွဲခံနေရတယ်ဆိုတော့စိတ်ထဲမှာပီတိဖြစ်တယ်
It was great for me because I would learn movements in the morning, and then in the afternoon, I would try and apply them in a circle with the team. One of the other players that used to come in the afternoon was Ong Sumo, who's an extraordinary player. Mota and Ong Somo have been playing together since they were little kids. I really wish that I had started that young. I've had a couple of other teachers, and then now since I came on this trip, I've been playing with Mota. For some reason, I learn very quickly some things I never knew before. I don't know how, it's almost like magic or something.
ဒီနေရာကိုတဲ့သူလာပြီးတော့ပေါ့နော်သူအမြင်နဲ့လာခတ်တိုင်းမှာမင်းနဲ့ဒီမှာလာခတ်တိုင်းမှာတယောက်ကသူ့ကိုသူလုတ်တက်သွားတယ်ပေါ့နော်ဒီနေရာမှာလာတယ်တဲ့အရန်ပျော်တယ်ပေါ့ဒီမှာခတ်ရတာမျိုး Yeah today you play so happily
Yeah?
you know that's so like flying
Really?
နော်
Actually,
ပြန်နေလို့ထင်ရတယ်သူခတ်တာနော်နော် If you don't believe you can ask them
Really?
လေးတဲ့
Yeah.
လေးတဲ့တွေ
Yeah
အပေါ်
like flying
Really?
yes
Saji style.
Yeah Zoji style Zoji style yeah
Because last night I ate the frog legs from...
တဲ့နာဖားလာတယ်
ဘာကစားတာလို့ပြောမယ်ကျေးဇူးအများကြီးတင်ပါတယ်
Unfortunately, only solo performers like Susu can make a living from playing Chinlong. Circle players like Mota, they have to have a regular job.
ကျွန်တော်ကဒီကြောက်စိမ်းဖြတ်သေးလို့ပါတောင်းထွက်ပြီးကြတာဒီထဲကိုဝင်လောက်တာလုံရင်းနဲ့တင်သွားအဖိုးဖွားရီဟိုအရင်ကလည်းကိုအဖေရဲ့အဖိုးတွေကစားဒီလုပ်ငန်းမှာလောက်တာတော့ရှောက်ချင်းလုံးကန်နေလို့ရှိရင်အရာအလုံးကိုမေ့ဘာမှမသိတော့ချင်းလုံးပဲဇန်ဝင်ချင်းလုံးပဲအုံတော်ထဲမှာရှိဒီပြရလည်းဘာမှမသိဘာမှမရှိတော့
I was curious if any of the players here had experienced trance, like I had playing alone. I was shocked that every player I asked said yes, but they called it jhana. Jhana is a Buddhist term that describes a state of mind that comes about from centering the mind on a single object. Usually this occurs during sitting meditation. In Chinlon, it comes about from one pointed focus on the ball. The team becomes like a single organism. Jhana is also where the word Zen comes from. Chinlon demands the same kind of continuous, unbroken focus that people strive to attain by doing Zen meditation. A few people in Mandalay, starting with Susu's father, told me that they thought I must have been a great Chinlone player in a past life and had been reborn in Canada. It's a really, really strange idea. At the same time, I don't have a better explanation for why I'd fallen in love with Chinlone so hard and so fast. You see birds for sale all over Mandalay. People buy them just to let them go. It's a way of gaining merit in their next life. It's a Buddhist tradition, but I do it because I've always hated to see birds in cages. Finally, I was getting to learn moves that I'd been dreaming about for years. One of my favorite moves is called Minzi Pano, or horse riding move. You throw your leg over an invisible horse right in the beginning of the move. Over the centuries, players have created over 200 different moves. Many of them are similar to those of Myanmar dance. Among the classic moves are Mahadu, the grand knee, YG, the great crossover. Mandala, to circle. Lei Wei, the flying circle. In one of the Chinlone books I got translated, I found out that Chinlone is at least 1,500 years old and could be much older. It was once performed for Myanmar royalty. Myanmar was a British colony from 1885 to 1948. During this time, the British tried to suppress all kinds of traditional culture, including Chinlone. I'm glad they didn't succeed. Chinlone continues to evolve. Each generation adds its own style to the tradition.
And 85 74 Conley 74 86 86 ဘလို့နဲ့ပဲရရအဲကြောင့်ဒီတရားဒီပညာခက်တယ်နဲ့လိုက်ရင် तू တအားခက်တယ်ပေါက်စားထိုးတယ်ဖို့စားပြင်းလို့လဲသွားရင်ဒါပြီးသွားတယ်တကြရမလို့ तू ကဒီလိုမရဘူးခတ်တာလဲရမယ်လူလဲလှနင်းကွက်လဲမှားမယ်ခြီတွေလက်တွေခေါင်းတွေမျက်နာတွေအထားတူလဲမှားမှ तू ကဖြစ်တယ်
This team has over 330 years of combined playing experience. They're some of the greatest players from the last century.